Well, folks, sorry for the technical difficulties. Been having a lot of those lately. You haven't missed much. Second batter here in the top of the second inning with one man out. Micah Coleman steps in for the Sasquatch. Coleman hitting .386 this season. 0-1 the count. Nice pitch there from Skinner. The fastball catches the inside corner. Wind now gusting out toward right field as Skinner finds the strike zone once again with the 0-2 pitch. Well, Jacob Skinner, 59% of the time he finds the zone on the first pitch of the at-bat. 0-2, out ahead of that, popped up shallow right field. Out goes Ottersberg to make the play as he falls to the ground. Heck of a play from Cole Ottersberg to track that baseball down in right field. And Jacob Skinner just one batter away from a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the second. Well, Skinner's pitched just 26 innings this summer, and 6 of those have been 1-2-3 innings, trying to add a 7th here in the second inning. Nolan Ackerman's been on a tear this summer. He's hitting .484. Skinner deals fastball inside corner, 0-1. Ackerman, a low sample size for the catcher in 39 plate appearances. Gets on base at a clip of .590. The count evens up 1-1. A couple of home runs in those 39 plate appearances. He's driven in 14. Once again, if you're just tuning back in, sorry for the technical difficulties here at Hyde Stadium as Skinner misses low and away 2-1. Trying to get everything sorted away for you folks at home. Once again, a big hole up the middle of the infield for the Oahe Zap as the 2-1 pitch is laced into right field, sends Mike Monham back, who settles under it and makes the play. Jacob Skinner, a 1-2-3 inning for the Oahe Zap, a scoreless ball game as we're racing here into the bottom of the second inning. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
At a great price, get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including...
Scoreless game in the bottom of the second inning here at Hyde Stadium. Jordan Bowman worked a 1-2-3 inning for the Sasquatch in the first. He'll face 4, 5, and 6 in the Zap lineup in the second. Vince Polizzi, Mason Lang, and Mike Monham set to hit. Well, it's Mike Monham's last game for the Oahe Zap as he heads up to the Northwoods League following today's game, as it is Jacob Skinner. So a couple of farewells here to 2 Zap players who have been very impactful to this team this summer. Leandro Guevara was just a couple of feet away from his first home run of the summer against Jordan Bowman. A deep fly ball to left field took Patrick Rakes all the way back to the warning track where he made a leaping play against the wall. Polizzi, first pitch, check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not, says the field umpire, and the count 1-0. Well, according to Buck Snabs up here in the press box, Jordan Bowman doesn't have the type of breaking stuff that can really put away hitters as he falls behind to the count 2-0. However, Bowman Definitely has a lot more velocity and a lot better action than a lot of the Bison pitching staff. Is the Bison with just 3 pitchers, and that's who the Zap have seen over the course of the past couple of weeks. It'll be interesting to see how the lineup adjusts here against Bowman. Bowman deals the 2-1 fastball, caught on a miss, 2-2 the count on Polizzi. Polizzi 5 for 14 against the Bison. He drove in 4 runs in that series. Has his average up to 288 this summer. Now the 2-2 is cut on and missed. Polizzi down on strikes. Jordan Bowman's retired the first 4 Zap hitters he's faced. And in steps Mason Lang. Mason Lang has hits in 9 of his past 10 games. Lang DHing here tonight. Rotates in that 3-man catching rotation between DH and catcher. Fouls off the first pitch. Lang a .292 hitter this season. Bowman out of the windup, comes home with the 0-1 pitch, and that one popped up shallow right field. Gonzalez doesn't know where the baseball is. Coming in from right field to help him out is Javier Marcial to make the play for the second out of the inning. Mason Lang a little bit under that baseball. And in steps Mike Monham. Monham, as previously mentioned, this is his last game this summer with the Zap. First pitch fastball misses in the dirt, 1-0. Monham hitting 279 this summer. Bowman's 1-0 offering. Monham takes for a strike count, evens up 1-1.
He has a splitter, too, that he drove the 2 strikes a lot. You've seen that.
Mike Monham, ever since June 19th, he's been hitting .417, and he's gotten on base over half of his plate appearances. Bowman falls behind in the count 2-1. Not a competitive pitch. Might have yanked it a little bit down and away to the righty. The count now 2-1. Pitch. Popped up, right side, foul territory. Kyle Finn ranges over and makes the play. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings as Jordan Bowman threw a perfect 2 here for the Sasquatch, a 0-0 ball game. As we head to the third, you're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined?
Jacob Skinner on the mound here in the top of the third inning. We've been breezing through the first 2 innings, just 1 hit in the ball game. It was the first batter of the game, Seth Nelson, a ground ball up the middle. Ever since then, all 12 hitters on both sides have been retired. 8, 9, and 1 for the Sasquatch in the top of the third inning. Matthew Gonzalez will lead off.
Tonight's spear batter to second baseman, Matthew Gonzalez.
Gonzalez hitting .242. Well, very impressive stuff from Jacob Skinner, who is now 7-1-2-3 innings on the season in 28 innings pitched. Starts off Gonzalez with the fastball on the outside corner. The count 0-1. Skinner works out of the stretch even with no runners on base. The 0-1 pitch hit on the ground toward third. A diving play by Jackson Mix, gets to his feet and fires to first in time. What a play by Jackson Mix at the hot corner to retire Matthew Gonzalez. Jackson Mix a couple steps to his left, a diving play, quickly back on his feet, a clean transfer from the glove to hands, and a nice throw to Polizzi at first. Benjamin Green steps in, a lefty-lefty matchup here between Skinner and Green. Green hitting .374. He's belted 3 home runs this season and takes that one low and inside, 1-0. Skinner looking in for the sign from Guevara, and now comes set. The 1-0 pitch caught on and missed, 1-1. Skinner got a chase there a little bit below the zone. One pitch outside, 2-1. And what's so important from Skinner is a very low strikeout, or a very high strikeout to walk ratio, as this is a Sasquatch team that has a great eye at the plate. 237 walks to 269 strikeouts. The 2-1 misses down, 3-1. And that one might have caught our home plate umpire, walking it off behind home plate. Well, Benjamin Green in the driver's seat now. The count is 3-1. Once again, a big hole up the middle on the lefty Sasquatch hitter. Ottersberg very far to the right, and Johnson in usual positioning at shortstop, shifting just to the left of the second base bag. Full count on Green after that foul ball. Big pitch coming here from Skinner. You don't want to lose Green with the top of the order on deck. The pitch hit on the ground towards short. Johnson gobbles it up, fires to first in time to get a speedy Benjamin Green down the line. Nice play there from Johnson. It looked like the ground ball took a big hop up into his chest, but he stayed with it. A clean transfer. The type of play where it's easy to rush and look up at the runner going down the line, especially a runner with the speed of Green, but Johnson stayed put, stayed with the ball, and fired over to first. Seth Nelson steps in, the only hit of the ball game on either side. Takes a first pitch breaking ball on the outside corner, 0-1, the only base runner of the game on either side, as Skinner has since retired the next 8 Sasquatch hitters. His 0-1 pitch is hit hard in the air toward right center field. Going back, Curiel, he looks up, it's off the wall. Mike Monham comes over to field. Seth Nelson jogs into second. Had he been running all the way, he might have had a triple, as it took a weird kick away from Emiliano Curiel, and Monham had to come all the way over from right to field it. A 2-out double for Seth Nelson. Nelson has done the only damage to the baseball on either side now. He's 2 for 2 today. Ken Patrick rakes catch in on a runner in scoring position, hitting .370 with runners in scoring position this season. Back-to-back lefties to begin the Sasquatch order. First pitch swinging, line drive down the right field line, but foul toward the Zap bullpen. Count 0-1. Rakes in his first at bat. A ground out to first. Skinner came over to cover the bag. And Skinner steps off. Now Skinner will talk with Guevara. They'll decide how to attack Patrick Rakes. Now Skinner yet to record a strikeout on the ball game. He's induced a lot of weak contact. Skinner's 0-1 pitch went to the breaking ball there, and he fooled Patrick Rakes. Out in front of that one, fouls it off. And Skinner out ahead in the count, 0-2. A situation with the runner on second base. Skinner might try and get a chase here. Either go to the fastball above the zone, maybe tries to bury a breaking ball below the knees of Rakes. Goes to the high heater and gets Rakes to chase that one up. Jacob Skinner strands Seth Nelson off second base and gets through 3 innings scoreless. Still a 0-0 ball game between the Zap and Sasquatch. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
VWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? VWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really
Jackson Mix will lead it off for the Oahe Zap in the bottom of the third inning. Mix has been the leadoff hitter for the Zap throughout the past, say, month and a half. But Mix has been moved down in the lineup. Still hitting .244 this season. He's slugged a couple of home runs. Bowman's pitch. Mix takes below the zone, 1-0. As the freight train passes down beyond the right field wall here at Hyde Stadium, Mix takes the 1-0 fastball on the outside corner. Count evens up at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is hit on the ground to short, scooped up by Coleman, fires to first in time to get Mix, who was running down the line well for the first out of the inning. Zap still looking for their first base runner of the ball game. Their past 5 games have come against the Bison, and the Bison really with only 3 pitchers on their entire roster, and between the off days, the Zap 4 off days after their first series against the Bison and 2 off days after their second series against the Bison, and they haven't played another team in almost about 2 weeks. Bowman's 1-0 pitch is cut on and missed. 1-1 the count on Cole Ottersberg. Ottersberg on Friday. A single to lead off the ball game. Hits that one sharply on the ground, and that one gets by Micah Coleman at short. Cole Ottersberg is aboard. We'll await to see if it's an error or a hit for Ottersberg. A sharply hit ground ball, but it was right at Micah Coleman. Coleman almost seemed to move out of the way of the baseball, tried to field it on the forehand side, and the ball just took a skip up over it. Coleman choosing not to get his entire body in front of the baseball and knock it down. And that one's going to go down as an error on the shortstop, regardless of one-out base runner for the Zap. Ottersberg runs on the first pitch. Throw down to second is not in time. Ottersberg with his 9th stolen base of the season. His Kentucky Christian teammate Trey Martin coaching third base. Ottersberg wasting no time on the base pads to count 1-0 on Emiliano Curiel. Curiel takes on the outside corner, 1-1. Curiel now in situation that he thrives in with the runner in scoring position, hitting .430 on the season. With runners in scoring position, fouls that one off as Jordan Bowman gets ahead in the count 1-2. Curiel hitting .263 this summer. He's driven in 22 runs. That is second to only Vince Polizzi. Ottersberg has a big lead off second. Micah Coleman coming in to check on him from behind. Coleman now retreats, and Bowman comes home with the fastball low and away, 2-2. Big opportunity here for the Zap. It's been a pitcher's duel, at least here in the early part of the ball game. And that one off the shoulder of Curiel might have stung a little bit. Curiel will shake that one off as he heads down toward first. Oh, you hope Emiliano Curiel is okay down at first. The roster has been thinning as Mike Monham will leave after this ballgame. The Zap will only have 4 outfielders: Noah Wiggins, Tyler Hoffman, Emiliano Curiel, and Braden Byram. I hope Curiel is okay. First and second with 1 man out. Aiden Johnson steps in. Johnson a ground out to first in his first at-bat. Ottersberg once again a very large lead off second base. Now they'll check on the runner. Did he get back in safely? No, he did not. Ottersberg caught on the pickoff move from Jordan Bowman. Micah Coleman was shading behind Ottersberg, then raced over to the second base bag. Might have caught him off guard. Bowman a quick pickoff move back towards second. Now 2 outs with a runner on first for Aiden Johnson. And now the pickoff attempt toward first is not in time. Another close play. Bowman, a fast pickoff move, almost got Curiel down at first. Curiel has some speed at well. He has 8 stolen bases this summer on 12 attempts. Johnson swings through that one, the count 0-1. You wonder if the Zap get aggressive with Curiel after a base running blunder and Ottersberg off of second. Curiel likes to be aggressive on the base pads. He goes on this one. 0-1 is fouled off by Johnson. Curiel had a late jump there. Might be thankful that he gets to return back to first after the foul ball from Johnson. Count 0-2. Ackerman has a strong arm for the Sasquatch behind the plate. Bowman's 0-2 pitch hit sharply right side through for a base hit. Curiel taking a big turnaround second. He's going to head for third. Here's the throw from Marcial, and it gets by the third baseman. Curiel's going to dig for home. He's going to make it. The Zap take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Aiden Johnson advances to second on the errant throw from Sasquatch right fielder Javier Marcial. It took one hop up to Ryan Bachman at third. They might have had a chance to throw out Emiliano Curiel. Bachman might have taken his eye off the ball as it skipped by him. Curiel scores. Johnson goes to second. It'll be a hit for Johnson and an error by the right fielder on Marcial, which will allow the run to score. Now a runner on second with 2 men out for Noah Wiggins. Wiggins takes the first pitch a little outside, 1-0. The second error of the ball game for the Sasquatch. The second error of the inning after Micah Coleman let a ground ball get past him. That's how Cole Ottersberg reached base. Wiggins takes the breaking ball high. 2-0 the count on Noah Wiggins. That one misses down and in. Jordan Bowman quickly behind 3-0 in the count. Might be a spot where Wiggins wants to get aggressive in a 3-0 count. Johnson could score on a base hit. You do have the dangerous Leandro Guevara sitting on deck, so we'll see if he takes on the 3-0. 3-0, fastball on the knees, 3-1. Looked like Wiggins would have taken a hack if it was his pitch there. But a nice one from Bowman that dotted the outside corner, so Wiggins will take. Still in a good spot in the 3-1 count. Fastball a strike on the inside corner. Bowman has fought back to a full count. Wiggins a ground out to second back in the first inning. The one run for the Zap will be unearned due to the error by Javier Marcial out in right field. 3-2 pitch. Just misses a little bit below the knees of Noah Wiggins, who tosses his bat aside and takes his free pass down toward first. In steps Guevara. Bowman might be careful to Guevara. Guevara just a couple of feet away from driving the baseball over the Guadalajara sign in left field. A big spot, 2 on, 2 out. 1 run already in the bottom of the third inning. Zap lead 1-0. Johnson on second, Wiggins on first. Pitch, called for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Guevara's driven in 15 runs this season. Bowman's 0-1 offering off the end of the bat. Guevara will find the seats. The count 0-2. Our scoreboard isn't updated here for you folks at home. The Zap lead 1-0, 0-2 the count on Leandro Guevara. Runners on first and second. Bowman's 0-2 offering is fouled off. Guevara stays alive. Guevara pinch hit on Friday in the 9th inning. Tried to end the ball game with runners on first and second. Took a deep fly ball to right field, but it was a nice catch by the Bison right fielder. That one, once again, over to right field. Easily playable for Javier Marcial, who retires Leandro Guevara. The Zap strand 2, but score 1 on a base hit from Aiden Johnson, and some help on the error by Javier Marcial out in right field at the end of 3 innings of play. Zap lead 1-0.
Matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today.
Top of the fourth inning at Hyde Stadium, the Zap taking a 1-0 lead off of a couple of errors from the Sasquatch fielding. It started with an error by Micah Coleman at short. That allowed Cole Ottersberg to get on. Ottersberg would then be thrown out at second on the pickoff move from Jordan Bowman. But a base hit from Aiden Johnson out to right field, and the errant throw from Javier Marcial allowed Emiliano Curiel to come home and score. Skinner's going to have to face the heart of the Sasquatch order in the fourth inning. 3, 4, and 5, Kyle Finn, Ryan Bachman, and Javier Marcial. Finn popped up into foul territory by the first base bag in his first at bat. Skinner's pitch, ground ball, tap to third, Mix charging in, fields in, is it fair or foul territory? And the home plate umpire signals it's fair territory. The ball was skipping left, it might have gone foul, but Jackson Mix may have fielded that one a little bit too early. Didn't give the ball a chance to go foul. Maybe he thought it was already in foul territory. A little more time, and if it would have kept staying the course, it would have headed to the left of the third base bag. It'll go down as an infield hit for Kyle Finn, the leadoff man aboard for the Sasquatch. Bachman takes the first pitch low, 1-0. Bachman grounded out to Vince Polizzi at first. That ended the first inning. Takes the breaking ball, just misses off the outside corner, 2-0. Seems to be a bit of a smaller zone here this evening. The pitch on the outside corner has gone really every other pitch. The river between the edge of the plate and the white striping in the batter's box, it's been 50-50. Nice fastball from Skinner, 2-1 the count on Bachman. Bachman's got a great eye at the plate. He's walked 31 times this summer. Out ahead of that one, popped up. Vince Polizzi heading back from first. He can't find it. It drops and gets by Ottersberg. Ottersberg fires to second. Did they get Finn? No, he did not. Finn dives in safely ahead of the throw from Cole Ottersberg. Polizzi had a tough time tracking the ball from first. Ottersberg, not sure if he had a late jump on it or just too far of a run for the second baseman. It's a tough angle for Vince Polizzi to try and make a play on the ball. Because no one was there, it'll go down as a base hit for Ryan Bachman. Both Kyle Finn and Ryan Bachman making weak contact, but nonetheless, runners on first and second. Got to be frustrating as a pitcher. Fouled off from Marcial, 0-1. Jacob Skinner thinks he could have 2 outs right now. Instead, runners on first and second with no one out. He's got to work his way through a jam. We'll see how he responds here in this situation. 0-1 pitch, back to the breaking ball, outside, 1-1. Marcial hitting just .226 with runners in scoring position. Ottersberg and Johnson communicating in the middle infields about who's going to hold on. Kyle Finn at second. Right now, no one holding him on. The 1-1 pitch misses up and away, 2-1. Kyle Finn at second, Ryan Bachman at first. 2-1 the count on Javier Marcial. Pitch from Skinner. Marcial way ahead of the breaking ball, and the count evens up at 2-2. Marcial likely hunting the heater here from Skinner. Does Skinner go back to the breaking ball, try and get him out once again? Or does he speed him up with the fastball? 2-2 pitch, back to the breaking ball, and got Marcial out ahead of it once again. Marcial down on strikes. A big strikeout from Jacob Skinner, his second of the ball game. Now 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Runners still on first and second. Micah Coleman in the batter's box. Coleman popped up to second in his first at-bat. Line drive through the right side, a base hit. Mike Monham fielding in right field. Kyle Finn's going to race home. The throw cut off from Vince Polizzi as Finn comes home to score. The ballgame now tied at 1 run apiece. A wise decision from Vince Polizzi to cut off the throw. That stops Ryan Bachman from advancing to third. Also stops Micah Coleman from advancing to second. Coleman picks up his 21st RBI of the summer. The game now knotted at 1. In steps Ackerman. Ackerman, no strikeouts this season in 40 plate appearances, takes outside 1-0. Skinner trying to keep this a tie ball game here in the top of the 4th. Runners on first and second, 1 man out, 1-0 pitch. A beautiful one right on the knees of Ackerman. Count evens at 1-1. Guevara gives Skinner the sign. Skinner looks back at the runner, now comes home with the 1-1. We're not sure where that one missed. Perhaps a little bit inside from Skinner. 2-1 the count on Nolan Ackerman. Neither of the runners being held on. 2-1 pitches swung on and missed. And the count now 2-2. Three hits already this inning for the Sasquatch, coming from Kyle Finn, Ryan Bachman, and Micah Coleman. Chopper over to first. Polizzi fields. Skinner covering the bag. He'll beat the runner there. Heads up play from Jacob Skinner. That ground ball took a long time to get to the glove of Vince Polizzi. Skinner was racing over to first right away and beats Ackerman for the second out of the inning. Advancing to second and third is Kyle Finn and Ryan Bachman with 2 men out. The second time this ballgame that Skinner's had to cover the bag. He knows immediately a ground ball to first. He's got to get over. Big spot for Matthew Gonzalez. Gonzalez first pitch swinging, flared foul down the right side, 0-1. Gonzalez was hitting just 242 coming into this ballgame. Skinner's got to attack here. That ground ball to second. Ottersburg Fields throws to first in time. Jacob Skinner strands two in scoring position. The Sasquatch tie the ball game up at 1-1. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was
Tie ball game here between the Spearfish Sasquatch and the Oahe Zap. The Zap took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the third. The Sasquatch responding with a run of their own in the top of the fourth inning. Vince Polizzi leads things off here for the Zap in the bottom half of the fourth. Bowman's first pitch. The Zap with one game here against the Sasquatch, a day off tomorrow, then three. Tough for the Sasquatch. Here is Bowman's 2-0 offering, misses down and away. We'll see how aggressive Polizzi here is on the 3-0 pitch. Takes the fastball for a strike, 3-1. Perhaps a little bit higher than Polizzi. Nice pitch to hit there. Looked like a fastball middle. As what he gets here on the 3-2 pitch. Back to the fastball, chopped foul down the third base side. Pitch of the at-bat from Jordan Bowman. Y'all calls off Kyle Finn and Matthew Gonzalez from right field to make the play. Nice communication from the outfielder. As it looked like all three players might have collided there for a second. A chance that ball might have dropped. Well, unlucky for the Zap. One out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Lang steps in. Lang flew out to right field back in the second. Bowman down in the dirt with the first pitch, 1-0. Now the 1-0 to the breaking ball there, loops in for a strike, 1-1. One pitch, hit on the ground towards second, fielded by Gonzalez, a routine ground ball. Mason Lang might have turned over on the pitch up and away. And he's retired. Jordan Bowman looking for his third 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Mike Monham popped up over to Kyle Finn at first in his first at-bat. Out ahead of the breaking ball there. Popped it up. Left field. Shallow left field where Micah Coleman makes the play. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Bowman, recovering after he gave up a run in the bottom of the third inning. The game remains tied. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
Completely reimagined. DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today.
Jacob Skinner, a little stumble in the top half of the fourth inning, gave up a run. We'll see how he recovers here in the fifth. It's taken him just 59 pitches to get through his first 4 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 1 earned run to this point, no walks, 2 strikeouts.
Leading off the top of the fifth for the Sasquatch, center fielder number 5,
Benjamin Green leads things off for the top of the 5th inning. As always, after the top of the 5th, Oahe Zap Trivia will be held here on YouTube, and the winner will be able to claim 2 free tickets to a Zap game of your choice. Green takes the first pitch fastball on the outside corner. That one had a lot of oomph from Jacob Skinner. 0-1 is fouled off. 0-2. Skinner looks like he might have added a couple of miles per hour on his fastball as we've made our way now to the top of the 5th inning. Every once in a while you'll see guys increase on their velocity as they work throughout the ball game. Skinner out ahead, 0-2 on Green. Pitch back to the heater, upstairs, 1-2. The 1-2 hit in the air, center field. Curiel drifts back, makes the play for the first out of the inning. Well struck ball from Benjamin Green right at Emiliano Curiel. Curiel thought he was going to stay put, took about 2 or 3 steps back. Routine play for the center fielder. 1 out in the top of the 5th. Well, Seth Nelson's had a pretty solid day at the plate. A single in the first, a double in the third. Representing 2 of the 4 hits this evening for the Sasquatch. He's been left on base both innings. 1-0 the count after Skinner missed inside. One 0 pitch outside 2-0. And the wind has died down by game time. Haven't seen much action out on the American flag beyond right field, but in batting practice it was gusting out toward left field. 2-0 fastball outside corner. Nicely placed pitch from Jacob Skinner, 2-1. And in batting practice, well, Zap hitters were taking advantage, sending a decent amount of baseballs beyond the left field wall. Nelson swings through the 2-1, and the count evens up 2-2. He was behind the fastball there. Always an interesting decision from a pitcher. He gets Nelson behind the fastball. Do you return to the heater? No, he goes to the off-speed pitch, just a little bit off the corner. Skinner thought he was going to get that call. A little disappointed he didn't. The count now full on Seth Nelson. Here's the payoff pitch. Nelson checked his swing but held up and works a walk. Seth Nelson has been on base in every at-bat. Brings up Patrick Rakes. Rakes a ground out in the first, a strikeout victim in the third. Skinner, 2 strikeouts so far in this ball game. No action up in the Zap bullpen. Haberger's going to let Skinner ride, especially given the fact that it's his last start of the summer. Not so worried about his pitch count. It's now 0-1 on Patrick Rakes. Skinner comes set. Palizzi holding on Seth Nelson at first. That's where Skinner's going to go with the baseball. Bounces on the plate, and Guevara couldn't find it. Seth Nelson jogs down to second. It'll go down as a wild pitch from Jacob Skinner. Now the count 1-1 on Rakes with the runner on second. Seth Nelson has a lot of speed on the base paths. A base hit might score a run here for the Sasquatch. Rakes takes outside 2-1. Johnson shades behind Nelson at second. Skinner comes home with the pitch. Ground ball over to Johnson at short. Fields fires to first. Barely gets the runner. A nice play from Aiden Johnson, who is filling in well for Buck Snabs. Runner on third with 2 men out as Seth Nelson moved from second to third on the ground ball. Despite the fact that the grounder was to the left side, the infield grass ate a decent amount of the speed off the ball. That gave Nelson enough time to advance. First pitch to Finn, down and in, 1-0. Kyle Finn, 1 for 2, infield single, last inning in the fourth. Under that baseball, luckily for Finn, it'll find the seats, 1-1. None of the Sasquatch appear to be in the dugout as the 1-1 is swung on and missed. A lot of the Sasquatch players out in the grassy area behind the dugout to the left of left field, and a bunch of them on the steps in front of the stands. 1-2 to Finn, hit on the ground, backhanded by Johnson. Johnson fires to first in time. Aiden Johnson has been a solid presence at short in his first game back out in the middle infield. Skinner strands a runner on third, and the game remains tied at 1-1 halfway through this ball game. Well, we'll stay right here as it's time for Oahe Zap Trivia. As a reminder, it's every night after the top of the fifth, and the first correct answer will win 2 general admission tickets to a Zap game of your choice. And the question, who is the active MLB leader in career saves? The first correct answer in the comments section will win a couple free tickets to a Zap game of your choice. Count one. Well, back here in the bottom of the fifth inning, it's been a pitcher's duel to this point. Mix takes low. The count 2-0 on Jackson Mix. 7-8-9 here in the bottom of the fifth inning for the Oahe Zap. Bowman's 2-0 offering hit sharply up the middle, a base hit for Mix. Mix is aboard with no one out in the bottom of the fifth inning. Cole Ottersberg will try and keep the line moving for the Zap.
Number 16, Cole Ottersberg. Rolling Cole. I like that. You got that black smoke, Gil.
Well, just the third hit of the ballgame. Bowman's given up. Ottersberg reached on what was changed to a base hit back in the third inning. Initially, it went down as an error on Micah Coleman, but a base hit. So Ottersberg 1 for 1 today. The count now 1-0. Makes a small lead off first. Bowman's 1-0 offering outside 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Ottersberg takes on the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. Ottersberg was thrown out at second base on a pickoff move from Jordan Bowman. Bowman goes to the pickoff move there. Mix dives back safely. Well, Jackson Mix a leadoff single here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Ottersberg under that one will find the seats 2-2. The Zap trying to reclaim a lead. They had it for a brief moment. Put the first run of the ballgame up in the bottom of the third. Sasquatch responded in the top of the fourth. The 2-2, Ottersberg hits it nicely out toward right center field, giving chase is Green. He's not going to get there. The ball drops in right center field. Ottersberg digging for second. Mix is rounding third. Martin was holding him as the third base coach. Maybe Trey Martin had perhaps sent him initially and then tried to hold him. Martin was tapping "my bad" on his chest. Jackson Mix did not slow down as he rounded third, and he was thrown out by a mile.
Center fielder number 21, Emiliano Cudiel.
Perhaps Martin sent Mix. Mix, no hesitation around third. And the throw had reached the Sasquatch catcher, Nolan Ackerman. When Mix was about halfway home, Mix tried to hold up and get himself in a rundown, but to no avail. Ottersberg now 2 for 2 today with that double, stands off second. Curiel first pitch swinging, misses at that one, 0-1. It was a nice relay throw from out in right center field, but Mix really didn't stand a chance there at the plate. Ottersberg was already into second as that one makes Emiliano Curiel dance off of the batter's box, 1-1. A tough situation, especially with no one out. The Zap would have had runners on second and third. Instead, a runner on second with one man out, and you'd think, especially with Emiliano Curiel on deck, a ground ball in that situation would have scored a run. 1-1 pitch off the hands of Curiel out towards second. Took a weird hop on Gonzalez. Gonzalez fires back to third. That ball took a very strange hop coming off the infield's grass. Initially, it was going right toward Matthew Gonzalez, hopped left on him. No chance for him to get Curiel at first. He tried to throw back behind Cole Ottersberg at third. Ottersberg but diving back in time. Runners on the corners with one man out. Infield stays back for the Sasquatch. They'll try and turn two. Big spot for Johnson. Johnson waves through that one, 0-1. Johnson 1 for 2, a single in the third. Ottersburg not being held on at third. Curiel is being held on by Kyle Finn at first. And the pickoff move toward first. Curiel dives back safely. Barely escapes the pickoff move from Jordan Bowman. Micah Coleman thought that the Sasquatch had picked him off. Hands on his head out at short. Bowman's already picked off one runner tonight, was trying for two there. That one hit out toward right field, ranging over Marcial, makes the play, tagging from third, and coming home to score is Cole Ottersburg. A productive at-bat from Aiden Johnson. Johnson picks up his 17th RBI of the season, and much more importantly, gives the Zap a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the fifth inning. Zap lead 2-1 now, a runner on first with two men out for Noah Wiggins. Wiggins walked back in the third, grounded out to second in the first. Curiel still a big lead off first after he was almost picked off. Bowman's pitch is fouled away, coming right at us here in the press box. Lands under us, a nice one-handed catch by a fan wearing a Corey Seager jersey. Always fun to see the fans making some plays. A bare-handed, one-handed catch as Curiel dives back into first. 0-1 the count on Noah Wiggins. Wiggins coming into this ballgame was 15 for his past 31. Runner goes on the 0-1 pitch, skied in the air out to left field. Rakes jogs in and puts that one away for the third out of the inning. But the Oahe Zap score one on a sacrifice fly from Aiden Johnson. Take a 2-1 lead as we head to the sixth. But we'll stay here as it is time for Beat the Bolt. Every game the Zap choose a fan to try and beat the Bolt. And the Bolt gives that fan a head start as they race from the right field foul pole to the left field foul pole. If the fan does happen to beat the Bolt, then they will win a bucket of beer. So the Bolt is 2-0 on the season. So the Bolt watches the fan run off and decides how much of a head start he should give him before he takes off on his own and tries to track him down. They go from the right field foul pole to the left field foul pole. And now the fan takes off. He's got some decent speed. The Bolt took a quick jump on him. He's not messing around here today, but the fan's speeding up. The fan into center field. The Bolt trying to track him down. It's going to be a close one. The fan going toward the left field wall. He's losing steam. Will the Bolt be able to catch him? It looks like the fan is going to win. And the Bolt has been beaten. Wow, the fan beating the Bolt, winning himself a free beer bucket. Well, just the third outing of Beat the Bolt, and the Bolt has been beaten. The fan, as soon as he saw the Bolt take off, he found an extra gear, maybe trying to bluff the Bolt out on his starting speed. And then now we're ready to resume play in the top of the sixth inning after the mid-inning festivities. 4, 5, and 6. For the Sasquatch, Ryan Bachman, the cleanoff hitter, will lead things off. Jacob Skinner still on the mound for the Zap. First pitch fastball. Once again, not sure where that one missed. Looked like it was over the zone from Skinner. The count 1-0. 1-0 heater misses outside 2-0. Bachman 1 for 2 on the day, a single back in the fourth. Hits that one on the ground off the end of the bat towards second base. Charging is Ottersberg. Fires across his body in time. Strong throw from Ottersberg to retire Bachman. Jacob Skinner, despite falling behind in the count 2-0, gets Bachman to roll over on the ground ball, as there's one out here in the top of the sixth inning. In steps Javier Marcial. Marcial 0 for 2, a punch out in the fourth. Skinner misses down and in, 1-0. The 1-0 is chopped foul, 1-1. That was Jacob Skinner's 80th pitch of the game, as there is now action up in the Oahe Zap bullpen down in right field. Haberger had said that he's trying to keep pitchers to about 85 at the end of the season. 1-1 ripped back up the middle, a base hit from Javier Marcial. Marcial's first hit of the ball game comes with one out in the top of the sixth. In steps Micah Coleman. Coleman drove in the only run of the ball game for the Sasquatch in the fourth. Looks to be Jake Hutter up in the Zap bullpen. First pitch called for a strike on Micah Coleman. Coleman works pretty good at bats for the Sasquatch. 61% quality at bats, as Skinner misses down with the breaking ball. Count evens up 1-1. A quality at bat is defined by any at bat 6 pitches or longer, a line drive, a walk, or a hit. Skinner checks on the runner at first. Zap lead the Sasquatch 2-1 here in the top of the sixth inning. Skinner's offering. Not sure where that one missed. A couple of questionable calls, perhaps. Skinner has not gotten the benefit of the doubt on the mound today for the Zap. 2-1, chopped foul, 2-2. Both sides with 5 hits on the ball game. Sasquatch have made a couple of errors out in the field that cost them a run. Zap lead 2-1. Runner on first, one man out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called for strike 3 on the knees of Micah Coleman. Coleman down, looking the third strikeout of the ballgame for Jacob Skinner. You wonder if this is Skinner's last inning, and perhaps could be his last batter as an Oahe Zap pitcher this summer. It's Skinner's last outing for the Zap. He faces Micah Coleman. Coleman under that baseball, foul territory, right side. Palizzi gives it a look, but the baseball goes beyond the wall. The count 0-1. Nolan Ackerman 0 for 2 today. Lined out to right field in the second, and it grounded out to first in the fourth. The Sasquatch have stranded 5 runners on base today, as the 0-1 is fouled away. 0-2. Jacob Skinner trying to work and make that number 6 here in the top of the 6th inning. Javier Marcial stands off first. 0-2 the count on Nolan Ackerman. Skinner's 0-2 delivery hit well past Jackson Mix at third. Just beyond the outstretched reach of Jackson Mix. Ackerman is aboard via a base hit. In steps Matthew Gonzalez. Big batter here for Jacob Skinner. 2 outs, 2 on. Gonzalez hits .242 coming into the ballgame. You got Ben Green on deck, who was hitting .374 coming into the ballgame. And then you face the top of the order for the Sasquatch. If you're Jacob Skinner, you want to attack here. Fastball, that one gets by Matthew Gonzalez. Count 0-1. Now it's Lucas Creighton up in the bullpen for the Oahe Zap. The 0-1 down in the dirt. Count evens up 1-1. It's Ackerman on first, Marcial on second. Neither runner being held on. The 1-1 fouled off 1-2. This has been Skinner's longest outing of the season. He was a starter back at Kishwaukee College. He's about to throw his 94th pitch. 1-2. Fouled off. They'll do it over again. As Skinner approaches 100, that means this will be his last inning. Unless Haberger sends him out for the 7th. Independence League rules state if he goes over 100, he cannot be another inning. 1-2 misses down and away, 2-2. That was now 96. If he escapes within the next 3 pitches, he'll be allowed to go out for the 7th. Skinner comes set. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The runners had taken off from second, but the throw from Skinner goes into the outfield past Ottersberg. Ottersberg retrieves the baseball, but not before the runners advance to second and third. It was supposed to be a friendly throw over from Skinner, as he had perhaps caught Marcial off second, but no one was covering. And so Skinner had to wait until Marcial was back to the bag. It wasn't a competitive pickoff attempt, but the throw gets away from Cole Ottersberg. Now 2 runners in scoring position. 2-2 down in the dirt. Great stop from Leandro Guevara. Maintains a 2-1 Zap lead, at least for now, as the count runs full. The base is open at first, but Skinner wants to end the 6th inning right here. A full count, runners on second and third. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Just missed off the outside corner. And Matthew Gonzalez heads down to first. The bases loaded for the Sasquatch with 2 men out in the top of the 6th inning. Guevara, a quick word with Skinner. How would this be for Jacob Skinner to escape a bases-loaded jam to finish off his summer with the Zap? He's got to face Benjamin Green to do so. Green 0 for 2 at the plate today. Hard hit baseball in the 5th, but it was right at Emiliano Curiel in center field. Marcial on third, Ackerman on second, Gonzalez on first. Pitch to Green. Misses down and away, 1-0. Nowhere to put Benjamin Green. A walk would tie up the ball game. The Zap once again shifting the lefty. Big holes through the center of the infield and the left side. 1-0 fastball called for a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Very nice pitch there from Skinner to find the strike zone after walking Matthew Gonzalez. The 1-1 hit well through the left side, a base hit. And the runner's Gibby stopped around third. The throw comes in and is cut off by Jackson Mix. Just one run scores. The ball game now tied up at 2. The bases remain loaded with 2 men out. And we'll bring up the top of the Sasquatch order for the 4th time today. And Seth Nelson has been having himself quite a day. Single in the first, double in the third, and a walk in the 5th. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1 run in. It's a 2-2 ball game. Skinner comes set. His pitch is fouled away, 0-1. This will be the last inning for Jacob Skinner. Skinner's 0-1, goes to the breaking ball, and he fooled Seth Nelson on that one. Called for a strike as Nelson was backing out of the plate. The count now 0-2. Skinner likely doesn't want to mess around here with the bases loaded. Expect him to attack the zone in the 0-2 count. His pitch, fastball hit on the ground towards second, through the middle of the infield, a base hit. Here comes the second run. And coming home to score is Matthew Gonzalez as the Sasquatch take a 4-2 lead. Ground ball up the middle from Seth Nelson as he's now 3 for 3 on the day. Runners on the corners. Sasquatch lead 4-2 now. Patrick Rakes digs in. Skinner has now thrown 104 pitches as Jake Hutter continues warming up for the Zap. Count 1-0 on Rakes. Skinner's 1-0. Fastball called for a strike, 1-1. Rakes 0 for 3 at the plate today. Most recently a ground ball to short in the 5th. 1-1 pitch. Runner goes to second. Throw down from Guevara is not in time. It was a strong throw from Guevara. A stolen base from Seth Nelson, his 7th of the season. Guevara almost pump fake action on that one with runners on the corners. A little bit of hesitation behind the plate. He's still almost got Seth Nelson down at second. 1-2 pitches, swung on and missed. Patrick Rakes goes down on strikes to end the inning. Jacob Skinner gives up 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning. Overall, a great outing from Skinner, who's given up 4 on 7 hits in 6 innings. And that will do it for Jacob Skinner this summer with the Oahe Zap. It's been fun to watch for Skinner as he heads home. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Sasquatch with their first lead of the ballgame, 4-2.
What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's
Ready?
Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real.
Jordan Bowman still on the mound for the Sasquatch. Sasquatch with their first lead of the ballgame, 4-2, after they put up a 3 spot in the top half of the 6th inning. Well, I'm happy to be joined by my father, Mark Epstein. You guys visiting for the weekend. It's been fun.
It's been great. This is such a spectacular place to watch baseball, and
Just keep going.
just a great place to watch baseball, and I appreciate you having me up in the booth for the game.
Well, it's been a good one so far, but the Zap now trailing 4-2. Leandro Guevara leads things off. First pitch from Bowman misses inside, backs Guevara off the plate. The count 1-0. Well, Guevara 0 for 2. A couple of hard-hit baseballs lined out to left field in the first and a fly out to right back in the third. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Well, you caught a pretty good ball game on Friday. Noah Wiggins, a walk-off single in the bottom of the 10th inning, gave the Zap a 10-9 win.
Yeah, we couldn't have had a better introduction to Zap baseball than that game.
Guevara fouls that one. That'll head for the seats as the count goes 1-2.
I have to say, it's a little more bearable tonight. It felt like an oven on Friday when we were watching the game.
Yeah, well, Friday was sitting around 100. We're right around 85 degrees right now. Still definitely summer here in Pierre, but not as painful out there. 1-2 breaking ball. Guevara out ahead of it, but he got his end of the bat on the ball to stay alive at 1-2. And well, it was looking a little frightening for the Zap on Friday, down by 5 going into the bottom of the 8th, but a rally in the 8th and followed by the walk-off in the 10th. All around, a great ball game.
Yeah, this team has a comeback in them, and look at that.
That one skied out to right field. That's going to split the outfielders and go to the wall. Guevara digs for second. A big round. He's going to head for third. The throw comes in. Guevara slides into third. He is safe.
What a play. What a hit.
Leadoff triple from Leandro Guevara as the Zap trying to respond to the 3 spot by the Sasquatch in the top of the 6th. Guevara's 3rd triple of the season. That's the most on the Zap. Stands just 90 feet away with no one out.
Yeah, he's hit the ball exceptionally well tonight. That first at-bat, he took it to the wall. That one, he got it right between them.
And even going back to Friday's game, he pinch hit in the 9th and ripped one to right field, caught by the Bison right fielder Isaiah Brandt. But he's been hitting the ball well of late. Polizzi, a big swing and a miss there on the first pitch. Bright eyes on that one. Perhaps looking to tie this ball game up at 4. Bowman out of the windup with the 0-1 pitch. Polizzi hits that one well out toward right field. Going down the line is Marcial, and that ball is foul off the right field wall. Vince Polizzi just a hair behind it.
2 feet from a home run.
Well, 2 feet to the right of the foul pole. It actually hit midway up the wall, so would have stayed in the ballpark. But Polizzi barely, just a couple of feet from extra bases, would have scored Guevara. Well, it's a game of inches. Polizzi's now behind in the count 0-2. We'll see how both Bowman and Polizzi reset after that one. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Polizzi takes. Oh, and it looked like it caught him in the shoulder. Perhaps it bounced off. Looked like it might have hit off the catcher, but it clipped Polizzi. Polizzi takes his free pass to first. A big mistake by Jordan Bowman in the 0-2 count.
Yeah, base runners are important at this point, and the tying run is now on base.
And with no one out, runners on the corners sets things up for Mason Lang. Mason Lang 0 for 2 today, but he's hit well as of late. Hits in 9 of his past 10 ball games. He was hitting .292 coming into this one. He's driven in 8 runs this year, trying to chip away at what is now a 2-run Zap deficit. First pitch, breaking ball, Lang out in front of that one. And what do you think from Jacob Skinner? Skinner goes 6 innings, goes 107 pitches, gave up 3 at the very end, but overall still seemed to be a solid performance.
Yeah, he had an outstanding game. He was pounding the zone from the beginning of the game, and it just got a little bit away from him in the last inning.
Well, Mason Lang now behind 0-2. Couple of breaking balls here from Jordan Bowman. Bowman has gone predominantly with the fastball today, mixing it up on Mason Lang. The 0-2 pitch goes to the heater there, up and away. Count 1-2.
Yeah, the Zap have been hitting him pretty well the last couple of innings. Let's see if we can keep it up.
Well, 5 hits now on the ball game, including the triple out to right center field from Leandro Guevara. 1-2, back to the breaking ball, sky high center field. Now it's Marcial calling it off, and right should be deep enough to score a run. Guevara is tagging. A sacrifice fly from Mason Lang, and the Zap have cut it to just a 1-run deficit. It's a 4-3 ball game.
And that is what we needed to see.
And Mason Lang does his job at the plate, not trying to do too much, seemed to just miss that one. It hung over the plate. Lang does have a home run this season.
Yeah, he gave him one too many off-speed pitches, it looked like.
And he definitely hung that one. It looks like that's going to do it for Jordan Bowman as Sasquatch manager Justice Scott goes out to pull the baseball and pulls the righty from the ball game. Bowman, over 5 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits. Just 2 of those runs earned, however, on a couple of errors from the Sasquatch. We'll take a break. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
World hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if...
Bottom of the 6th inning, the Zap with the runner on first and 1 man out. 1 run already in. Mason Lang driving in Leandro Guevara on a sacrifice fly out to right center field. Jonathan Neal comes into the ballgame and replaces Jordan Bowman for the Sasquatch. Neal has pitched 3 times this summer. He's gone 5 innings. He's given up just 3 hits, 0 walks to 8 strikeouts. Hasn't given up a run to this point. Well, Sasquatch going to their dominant righty out of the pen in Neal. A small sample size, but he's been good so far this season.
The Zap have their work cut out for them, but I think they're up for it. Let's see how it goes.
Mike Monum 0 for 2 today, trying to end his season with the Zap with an exclamation point. Takes the fastball up and in, 1-0. Mason Lang has some speed off of first. Broken bat, flare out to short, lets it drop, flip to second, on to first. Monum beats out the throw at first. It'll be a fielder's choice. An interesting play there. Monum's bat shattered immediately, A flare shot out to short. Micah Coleman let it drop to try and turn two, but Monum beat out the throw at first.
It was good hustle going out down the line to get to first base and beat that out. That was a pretty bang-bang play once the fielder picked up the ball.
And Monum perhaps a bit unlucky on that one with the broken bat. Definitely takes a lot off the baseball. Perhaps caught it a little bit too far on the end of the bat as Jackson Mix digs in. Mix a base hit in his last at-bat to lead off the fifth. Takes outside 1-0. Mix would come around to score on the sacrifice fly from Aiden Johnson. Neal has a sign from Ackerman. Nods and the 1-0 pitch. Mix takes on the outside corner, 1-1. Well, this has been a back-and-forth ballgame to this point, mostly a pitcher's duel, but the bats have seemed to have come alive for both sides here recently. Runner goes on the pitch. Throw down to second from Ackerman, a beautiful one, and he throws out Mike Monum. Great throw from Nolan Ackerman.
That was on the money. It was a dart to the shortstop covering.
Yeah, Monum's got a lot of speed, but not much he could do about that one as he is caught stealing to end the bottom half of the sixth inning. But the Zap cut the deficit to 1. Sasquatch lead 4-3 as we head to the seventh. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
College education was completely reimagined.
Yeah, that was just a dart.
DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career?
Talk about who?
Jake Hutter comes in to pitch for the Oahe Zap in the top of the seventh inning. Zap trailing 4-3, chipping away in the bottom half of the sixth. Let's take a look at Hutter's stats so far this season. Hutter in 16 appearances has gone 34 1/3 innings, an ERA of 4.19. What stands out from Hutter, 29 strikeouts to just 8 walks as he has posted a 2-2 record this season. And the lefty had the second lowest whip over the first half of the season in the entire Independence League.
Pounding the zone will do that for you. Good things happen when you throw strikes. So,
well, his whip sits around 1.2 entering this ball game. He's going to have to face the heart of the Sasquatch order. It's Kyle Finn to lead things off. Finn hasn't done too much damage today. 1 for 3 with an infield single back in the fourth.
Leading off top of 7 for the Sasquatch, first baseman number 6, Kyle Finn.
yeah. Finn casts a pretty big shadow in the box there.
Yeah, he is a tall, lanky man standing around 6'7", playing first for the Sasquatch. The shadows now coming into play here at Hyde Stadium as the shadows have taken over the mound. Hutter's first pitch tried the breaking ball, misses outside. And a lot of times that really affects hitters on the off-speed pitches. It's tougher to pick up the spin. Finn takes the 1-0 just below the knees, 2-0.
Yeah, he's right around the zone. Let's see if he can pull the string and put one in there.
It's been a pretty tight zone from the home plate umpire here today. 2-0 pitch flared out toward right field. Monum's not going to be able to get there. It drops in fair territory and rolls down to the wall. Finn digs for second. He's looking for 3. The throw cut off by Ottersberg. Ottersberg throws to third, but not in time. A stand-up triple for Kyle Finn to lead off the top of the seventh. Well, Guevara a leadoff triple in the bottom of the sixth for the Zap, and Finn responds with one of his own here in the seventh.
Yeah, it was a reasonably well hit ball, but it was really well placed. That was a tough break for the Zap.
Probably less than a foot inside the right field's foul line and just kicked away from Mike Monum toward the right field's wall, really toward the Zap dugout. Finn has good speed on the base paths. No chance on the relay throw from Ottersburg as Ryan Bachman steps in with the runner on third. Bachman fouls that one off 0-1. Well, the corners come in here for the Zap. Vince Polizzi in at first and Jackson Mix in at third. A ground ball to the middle infield will likely score a run. Bachman 1 for 3 today, a single back in the fourth. Hutter's 1-0. Breaking ball on the outside corner, 1-1. Perfect pitch there from Hutter. Bachman in the 1-0 count takes that one, says, well, if you do that 3 times, you'll beat me.
No. Doesn't like
Thanks,
that.
Buck. So what flavor were you talking?
1-1. Upstairs, 2-1 now. If you're Jake Hutter, you want to try and pitch around and perhaps strike out Ryan Bachman, but with no one out, you really got to attack the zone here.
Yeah, you can't afford to give a free pass at this point. You gotta go after it.
2-1 pitch hit sharply up the middle, a base hit. Finn can walk home from third. RBI single from Ryan Bachman extends the Sasquatch lead to 5-3.
Here we go. Right fielder, number 23, Javier Marcial.
Bachman with his 27th ribby of the season. Not trying to do too much with the baseball there. Took a fastball over the middle, just sent it right back up the middle.
Yeah, he found a good spot to put it. Right between the shortstop and second baseman.
Well, in steps Javier Marcial. Marcial 1 for 3, a single back in the sixth. He'd come around to score. Hutter's pitch is fouled off 0-1. Hutter still looks comfortable on the mound. Really the result of just a couple of missed pitches, one to Kyle Finn, and that wasn't necessarily even a miss as Finn just took it down the right field line. 0-1 is fouled off once again, 0-2. The pitch to Bachman might have caught a little bit more of the plate than Hutter was intending. That was really his one miss of the inning, but overall, Hutter has looked pretty solid on the mound. He'll check in on the runner at first.
All right, it's got an 0-2 count. Let's see what he can do.
Hutter comes set, stares down the runner at first, now comes home with the pitch. A little up and away, and the count 1-2. Perhaps trying to go to the high fastball and induce a chase there. With Javier Marcial at the plate. Marcial struck out once today, and that was chasing a high heater against Jacob Skinner. 1-2 pitch hit on the ground towards short. Backhanded by Johnson. Goes to second for one. That's all they'll get. A fantastic play from Aiden Johnson. Backhanding and firing across his body to get the lead runner. Filling in for Buck Snaps, and he looks right at home at shortstop.
Yeah, that was a tough pickup on a short hop, but played it beautifully.
And you thought after he picked that one up, he might look to first. It would have been a much easier throw for him. Instead, all the way across his body, but the throw was on the money to Cole Ottersburg at second.
He made it look easy.
Runner on first with one man out. Micah Coleman takes the breaking ball for a strike, upper portion of the zone. 0-1 the count. And that's a confidence booster as a pitcher in Jake Hutter on the mound. That's how you get your first out. Maybe he settles in here. Check swing from Coleman. Did he go around? Field umpire says no, he did not, and the count now 1-1. Coleman RBI single in the fourth, struck out looking in the sixth. Hutter's 1-1 pitch, hit on the ground toward short, could be two. Johnson underhand flip to Ottersburg, on to first. A pick by Polizzi is in time. The Zap turn two, 6-4-3 they go to end the top half of the seventh inning. One run comes in, a triple from Kyle Finn and an RBI single from Ryan Bachman, but that is all the damage done as Jake Hutter recovers well. Sasquatch lead 5-3 as we head to the bottom of the seventh inning. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
Coach. What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today.
That's what I'm saying. So like after the first time, stop it. Oh, it already ended. Yeah, they're done singing.
Jonathan Neal returns to the mound for the Sasquatch. Sasquatch lead the Zap 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Well, before the game in batting practice, Trey Martin was joking with Aiden Johnson, said that's our Gold Glove shortstop out there. Well, you wouldn't know he was joking if you watched this ball game.
Not at all. He looks like he was born to play shortstop. Those were two fantastic plays he made in the field. Really helped Hutter out of the inning that way.
Jackson Mix was at bat when Mike Monham was caught stealing in the bottom of the 6th inning, so he'll return to the plate to lead off the 7th. Mix, Ottersberg, and Curiel here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Zap trail by 2. 3 innings to play with at the plate. Mix takes the first pitch fastball on the outside corner, 0-1.
Well, Zap need base runners at this point. Let's see what can happen.
Mix a single back in the 5th, 1 for 2 on the day. Zap the 3rd time through their lineup. If they have a base runner, they'll get to the top of this inning. Neal to the breaking ball there. Possibly a slider. Looked like it had good movement. Backdoor slider on the lefty. The count goes 0-2. Neal's 0-2 pitch went back to the heater there. A little up and away. Nice take from Jackson Mix. And that's a tough take there. After you get the slider that drops back in on the outside corner, then you get a fastball up and away. You're worrying about whether it's going to come back to the plate as a hitter. The 1-2 pitch, a fastball just missed off the outside.
He's taken a couple of good pitches, but he's evened up the count at 2-2.
And Jonathan Neal, 0-2. Two pretty competitive good pitches just off the zone. Mix under that baseball out to shallow left field. Going back from short, Coleman is called off by the left fielder Patrick Rakes, who retires Jackson Mix for the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning.
Number 16, Cole Ottersberg.
Ottersberg steps in. Ottersberg a double in the 5th inning. Neal's pitch, Ottersberg out ahead of the breaking ball, 0-1. Jonathan Neal out of Saracoso Community College. Zap have 4 of his teammates on their roster, and Emiliano Curiel, Aiden Johnson, Garen Gledhill, and Angel Escobar. 0-1 cut on and missed. And their Saracoso teammate out with the Sasquatch. He's looked pretty good on the mound to this point.
Yeah, he's throwing hard. Those high fastballs have a lot behind him.
Yeah, he's into the upper 80s, if not touching 90. 0-2, upstairs 1-2.
Good take.
And the Sasquatch, their starting pitcher, Jordan Bowman, also out of Saracoso Community College, as both sides were reconvening before today's game. Ottersberg drills the 1-2 pitch up the middle. Great piece of hitting from Cole Ottersberg. Behind in the count 1-2.
Yep, he let the ball travel in and just went with it. Took it right back up the middle. Very good piece of hitting.
Ottersberg now 2 for 3, a multi-hit game for the second baseman. Emiliano Curiel steps in. It'll be a matchup between the two Saracoso teammates as another Saracoso guy, Angel Escobar, heads down to coach third.
Well represented in the Independence League.
And actually, the Justice Scott, the manager for the Sasquatch, is the coach of Saracoso. Count 1-0 on Curiel. Curiel's been hit by a pitch in the third and a single in the fifth. Ottersburg has already stolen a base today. Curiel takes the breaking ball on the outside corner, 1-1. Ottersburg has a stolen base, but we saw Ackerman's arm when Mike Monham was caught stealing. Does Ottersburg test it again here? He goes on the 1-1 pitch. Throw down from Ackerman. That one definitely not as good a throw from the Sasquatch catcher. A little bit off balance, well out in front of the grass.
Yeah, that bounced in. That did not look like a throw from the same catcher, to be honest.
Yeah, that one did not have a chance of getting the speedy Cole Ottersburg. So Ottersburg, 2 stolen bases this ballgame, now 10 steals this season. The count runs 2-1 on Curiel.
And a man in scoring position.
Ottersburg was picked off once from second base as Curiel in front of the breaking ball, a big hack against his Saracoso teammate. The count 2-2.
Yeah, hopefully this pitcher doesn't have the pickoff move that Bowman did.
Yeah, Bowman was quick to the bag. We haven't seen the pickoff move from Jonathan Neal as Cole Ottersburg is the first base runner he's allowed. 2-2 pitch. Oof. Off the end of the bat, Curiel, and dropped down in the dirt in front of Ackerman. Curiel stays alive.
Good defensive piece of hitting there. Just get a piece of the ball at this point and stay in and look for his pitch. So,
I think that one did that one fool you there?
I sure did. Yeah, I tell you what, it's the Zap have been patient, but that was a tough pitch he got to.
Ottersburg running on the 2-2, called for strike 3, throw down to third. And Ottersburg slid around the tag. The throw had beaten Cole Ottersburg.
Beat him by about 3 steps. So
and you thought it was going to be a strike him out, throw him out double play as Curiel goes down looking, but his foot got around the tag, at least according to the field umpire, as that's going to bring out Justice Scott to argue this call.
Yeah, it's a polite conversation to this point.
Like you said, the throw beat him by about 3 steps, and Ottersburg going the short distance from second to third. Well, the short distance for the catcher going down the line.
Yeah, and let's be honest, the coach, the manager, doesn't really have a view from the dugout and a play at third right like that. So the timing, I think, brought him out onto the field.
And from up here, all you saw was the glove down and the foot. You didn't necessarily see the glove make contact, but it's not the best angle from up here either.
Nope, that is true. That is true. So let's see if we can take advantage of a runner on third now.
Johnson steps in. He drove in a run in the fifth on a sacrifice fly. Needs a base hit here with 2 men out and takes the fastball for a strike, 0-1. Well, back-to-back Saracoso guys, and Curiel and Johnson at the 9 and 1 spot in the Zap order.
They have to know the pitcher.
Neal's 0-1 is hit well in the air out to center field. That sends Green back to the track, puts his glove up and makes the play. Oh, he dropped the ball on the center field track. Aiden Johnson. Oh, no, the field umpire is going to say he lost it on the transfer. That is a questionable call at best, as Aiden Johnson is going to be called out. He crashed into the wall and dropped the ball.
I did not see control of that ball. That was.
There are boos ringing out at Hyde Stadium, louder than I've ever heard them. The home plate umpire came out to talk immediately. Maybe they're going to overturn this one. He crashed into the wall and dropped it. That was not on the transfer.
That was a gift. That was a gift to the Sasquatch if this play stands.
Well, Haberger is out there to argue if it does stand. The home plate umpire, maybe he's trying to talk some sense into the field umpire. I don't know. That was not the right call. A run would have come around to score. Johnson would have been at second, if not at third, because he had crashed into the wall and was shaken up. And they're going to overturn the call.
That is spectacular. That is a nice coordinated play by the officials in the game. That is the right answer.
Well, that brings up Justice Scott. He's now out to argue for the second time this inning. And you can understand why that's frustrating as the opposing manager. An overturned call is tough. That brings in a run, and Johnson heads back to second.
It does, and the entire team had left the field. Everyone is heading back out onto the field right now. And the polite conversation that was taking place before is a bit more animated the second time around.
I think that's a great way to describe it. Scott heads back to the dugout. Oh, now another point to the finger. Well, he'll stay in this ball game. He's talking to any umpire that's going to listen to him right now.
He's following the home plate umpire back towards the dugout, and now they're separating. So we will see him stay in the game.
And it's tough for Scott because the right call is that he dropped the ball.
No question.
He most certainly dropped the ball as he collided with the center field wall. You see it pop out after he makes contact. It's very clearly not on the transfer. It's due to the collision.
100%. 100%. And I agree fully. And look, let's be honest. Getting to that ball was a feat. He tracked that ball and was moving at a pretty good clip when he made contact with the wall. So it's understandable that it might pop out, but it sure did do just that. It popped out.
On the scoreboard, it went down as an error. I might have scored that one a hit or a double for Johnson. It doesn't really matter. What matters more is it's a 5-4 ball game with a runner on second and 2 men out. Wiggins takes upstairs. And a tough spot for Sasquatch pitcher Jonathan Neal, who now has to come back out without throwing any warm-up pitches. Neal back out there after the delay. Wiggins 0 for 2 with the walk today. That one low and away, 2-0.
He's a little further from the zone on these last couple of pitches than he was to start the inning.
Well, he was in the dugout. He thought he was out of the inning, and he has to come back onto the field. And that can be tough sometimes as a pitcher.
Yeah, you got to manage your emotions.
Neal's 2-0 pitch. Fastball hit well out toward right center field. That ball's going to drop. Johnson rounds third. He's going to score. Noah Wiggins is digging for 2, and the throw is over the head of Matthew Gonzalez at second base. An RBI double from Noah Wiggins ties the ball game up.
Wow, do you hear that crowd? This is something else. This is a crowd that really is backing up their team at this point. 2 clutch hits by the Zap.
Noah Wiggins has been red hot at the plate. You want to talk about clutch, going from the walk-off single on Friday, ties the ball game up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. As the Zap now a couple of runs to tie it at 5. That's going to bring out their pitching coach, Ryan Contrail. So
you had two out doubles that just rang off the bat for the Zap. What clutch hitting. These guys are really on top of it. They're into the game. I think the confidence they developed in those games against the Bison is carrying through. They know they can come back.
And the last series that they played the Sasquatch, the Zap took 2 out of 3 out in Spearfish. They're 2-4 against the Sasquatch overall this year, but sometimes the only thing that sticks is what happened most recently.
This is a team playing with confidence.
This ballgame, the Zap threatening to take the lead. Wiggins in scoring position off second as Guevara steps in. Guevara led off last inning with a triple on a line drive out to the right field wall. Can he continue his nice night at the plate? First pitch swinging, popped up, but it'll find the seats, 0-1. Neal's got to know on the mound that this is a guy who almost hit one out in the first, a line drive triple in the 6th. We'll see if he works cautiously. Fastball down and away, 1-1.
Yeah, Guevara's had some strong.
Aiden Torpey now warming up for the Sasquatch. If Jonathan Neal is unable to get out of this inning, Neal's 1-1 is fouled off once the first field. Our official here that went down as an error. Guevara, sharp grab ball through the right side. Wiggins rounds third. He's being waved home from Escobar. Here's the throw from Marcial in right. It's not in time.
Wow.
Leandro Guevara gives the Zappa a 6-5 lead. Their first lead since the bottom of the 5th inning. Clutch 2-out hitting from the top of the Zap order.
3 straight 2-out hits. These guys are on top of it, and they have done just what you said, which is knock this pitcher out of the game.
Aiden Torpey's going to head into the ballgame as Justice Scott will take the baseball and will step aside. The Zap taking a 6-5 lead in the bottom of the 7th. Guevara, the runner off first. Palizzi coming to the plate. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
That's fun.
We're still on.
What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach?
Oh, 100%.
What if
There's one
college
more
education was
it's
completely
not
reimagined?
I don't know when to talk, what to do.
DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach?
$30 strikeouts to 3 walks.
Bottom of the 7th inning, the Zap have taken a 6-5 lead off of 2-out hitting from Aiden Johnson, Noah Wiggins, and Leandro Guevara. Vince Polizzi set to hit against Aiden Torpey. Torpey comes into the ballgame. Already 2 outings this summer against the Zap. He's thrown 21 innings. He's given up just 18 hits, 8 runs, only 4 of those earned, an ERA of just 1.71 for Torpey.
Evan, that 30 strikeout to 3 walk ratio stands out as well.
Polizzi, first pitch swinging, sharp ground ball, and that gets by Micah Coleman at short. Coleman trying to backhand the baseball. There have been a couple of plays where Micah Coleman has tried to backhand it or maybe get out of the way and play it on the other side of his body. He hasn't really gotten in front of it, and that lets Vince Polizzi head down to first. Once again, another 2-out hit or an error. We'll see how it goes down.
That was a sharply hit ball. It went under his glove. I have to think that they're going to give him a hit on that at bat.
I would agree with you on that one. Polizzi continuing to hit the baseball hard at the plate. Lang steps in with runners on first and second. First pitch swinging once again, fouls it off.
That is confidence. These guys are swinging really well at this point. I think it's infectious. I think they are just going.
And like you said, depending on the way you score it, it appears we gave Polizzi a hit there. Lang takes the 0-1 outside, 1-1. Al Johnson goes down as an error, but you have 4 really sharply hit baseballs with 2 men out. Torpey looks in. 1-1 coming to Mason Lang. Now looks back on the runner on second, and Guevara comes home with the pitch. Called for a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Torpey, a little bit of a 3/4, if not sidearm delivery. A lot of deception to righty hitters. Lang, the lefty, however, sees the ball much better out of the hand to Torpey. Takes outside, 2-2.
Yeah, he's got a long release. He's moving from shadow to light by the time that ball leaves his hand. It's got to be tough to pick up even for a lefty at this point.
Yeah, there's a strip of sunlight just in front of the pitcher's mound. Like you said, he doesn't release the ball until very out in front of his body. Lang, a nice take there as the count runs full. That'll set the runners in motion with the full count and 2 men out. Guevara off second, Polizzi off first. They'll be running on the pitch. Torpey looking in for the sign from Ackerman. Runners go, 3-2. Called for strike 3 on the outside corner. Mason Lang had turned to head down toward first, but he's rung up on strikes. The Zap put 3 runs across in the bottom of the 7th inning and take a 6-5 lead. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today.
Yeah, that's fun. I like to stand up here. That's nice and cool.
What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional.
The Zap have taken a 6-5 lead as we head to the 8th inning here at Hyde Stadium. 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. And clutch hits from Noah Wiggins, Leandro Guevara, and Vince Polizzi. Jake Hutter came into the ballgame a 2-run deficit, now holding on to a 1-run lead. A big spot here for the lefty.
These guys came to play. This is a lot of fun, and the fans are having a great time here tonight.
And it is CCBA night here at the ballpark. A lot of kids out here in attendance as they were on the field for the national anthem. Always good to see the little kids having a good time at the ballpark.
They are having so much fun, and I think the players are really paying attention to them. Super, super experience for those little leaguers.
Nolan Ackerman will lead off the inning. Ackerman, the catcher for the Sasquatch. He's thrown out a runner. He had a throw down to third that beat Ottersburg, but Ottersburg slid around the tag as he takes the first pitch from Jake Hutter for a strike. Not a bad day at the plate for the catcher either, as he's 1 for 3, a single in the 6th. A hard hit baseball back in the 2nd, lifted that one in the air, shallow center field. That ball's going to dunk down for a base hit.
Yeah, that was right off the end of the bat. That was not quite the hard hit that he could have earned it with, but he is on first base.
Well, there's no pictures in the box score.
That there aren't.
Ackerman now 2 for 4. Like you said, off the end of his bat, placed perfectly between the infield and center fielder. No chance for Curiel nor for Ottersburg to come back from second base to make that play. Matthew Gonzalez steps in. Gonzalez 0 for 2 with a walk. Squares to bunt, pushes it hard down toward first. Polizzi fields and will take it the easy play to first.
That was the right play. That was the right play. It was a very hard pushed baseball, but effective going down the first base line as it was.
Yeah, not much of a chance for Polizzi to turn down and throw out Ackerman. Ackerman had a good jump. He knew the intentions, obviously, of Matthew Gonzalez. Perhaps a little firmer than games-tying run in scoring position. Zap leads 6-5 here in the top of the 8th with 1 man out. Benjamin Green digs in.
Yeah, the Sasquatch are definitely looking at small ball at this point.
Green, first pitch swinging, lifted in the air, left field, playable for Wiggins. Makes the catch. Thought about a throw back to second base to try and double off Ackerman. Thinks better of it. 2 away.
I think it's the sun shining and beating down right now into left field. That's a tough play for the outfielder. Center field and left field right now have a lot to deal with.
Yeah, the sun sets behind the right side of Hyde Stadium, and that really does glare out, like you said, into left field. Wiggins defeating the sun on that one to make the play on the ball.
He was tracking from the moment it left the bat.
Now 2 outs with the runner at second, and Seth Nelson steps in. Nelson 3 for 3, 2 RBIs and a walk, and they're going to intentionally walk him.
I think that makes sense. This guy has been doing damage at the plate today. I think they're looking to set up a force. Obviously, Hutter in the last inning was able to throw, get some of the batters, the Sasquatch batters, to hit ground balls. You got a shot at a double play.
And you bring up Patrick Rakes, who's 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Rakes takes the breaking ball on the outside corner. Beautiful first pitch there from Jake Hutter. And it's dangerous. We're not in the 9th, so both runners are quite meaningful. That's the game's leading runner for the Sasquatch. Hutter with the fastball there, back to the outside corner, called for strike 2.
Yeah, you got to respect the manager. He's going to win at this point. He wants to take the out. He doesn't want to give up a run. He's making decisions about kind of which batters he wants his pitcher to face.
And Haberger is showing confidence in his pitcher by intentionally walking Seth Nelson. And he says, listen, I think Hutter's got Patrick Rakes at the plate. 0-2, that one skips away from Guevara. The runner's hold, but now a runner going to second, and they got him in a rundown. Throw down to third. Did Mix make the tag? Yes, he did.
What a great way to end the inning.
So
it was a mix-up on the bases. The runner at first headed down to second, and the lead runner was stuck. He was stuck between third and second.
Yeah, Ackerman had taken about 2 or 3 hard steps toward third base, and taking off toward first was Seth Nelson in a dead sprint. Nelson didn't look up, and the runner was thrown out at third to end the top of the 8th inning, and the Zap lead remains 6-5. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats.
Aiden Torpey back on the mound for the Sasquatch as we enter the bottom of the 8th inning. Zap trying to add on some insurance run. They lead 6-5, and Mike Monum will dig in. Monum, the lone Zap hitter to not bat in the 7th inning, as 8 hitters made a plate appearance. Who knows, this could be it for Mike Monum in his summer with the Oahe Zap. Can he end it off with a bang? First pitch from Torpey. Went to the breaking ball there on the outside corner, 0-1.
That was a tough one. That was definitely on the edge, if not a little further out.
And this pitch travels so far in on righties. Monum takes outside, and that's just because of the deception and the sidearm motion from Torpey. You start out to the right, and the pitch comes all the way back to the left. Definitely tough to read. Monum takes the 1-1 for a strike, despite the fact that Ackerman couldn't hold on to that 1-1-2. I think Jake Hutter might be done on the ballgame. He headed down to the bullpen, as it looks like Julius Cass is warming up. Well, not sure where that one missed. Count evens up 2-2.
Yeah, that looked pretty good, but we'll take another shot at it.
A little correction on that one. Caden Shivers warming up for the Zap. He's pitched in 2 ball games this season. Torpey's 2-2, misses down and in 3-2. Shivers has a save already this season. He'll be looking for save number 2 if he comes into the ball game. Big pitch coming here to Mike Monum. The count full. 3-2, cut on and missed. Monum down swinging.
It was that was a full swing. He didn't leave anything. He didn't leave anything in reserve on that one.
Yeah, Monum just a bit behind the fastball. Jackson Mix Steps in, Mix led off the top of the 7th inning, flew out to left field. Most of the damage in the bottom of the 7th came with 2 men out. Torpe's pitch went to the curveball, and that one dropped in on the knees of Mix. Mix thought it was below the knees, having some words with the home plate umpire as the count goes 0-1. Now the 0-1. Mix fouls that one off, heading toward Capitol Avenue. Will it hit a car? Ooh, it might have hit off the end, perhaps, of a car out there up to the left of Hyde Stadium.
And cross the street.
Those cars are playing Russian roulette every single evening that they park up there.
Can't imagine why they would do that.
Torpe's 0-2. Outside 1-2.
Oh, by the way, we may have left your car up there when we parked for the game, so we got to be careful.
I am hoping that that is a joke as the count goes 1-2 on Mix. Mix 1 for 3 on the day. Fooled by the breaking ball there, a wave and a miss as Jackson Mix goes down on strikes now. Back-to-back strikeouts for Aiden Torpe to begin the bottom of the 8th inning.
Torpe definitely regained his composure as he came back out for the 8th. He's pitching well.
Ottersburg had begun the party in the bottom half of the 7th inning with a single and would come around to score on the fly ball from Aiden Johnson that went down as an error on Benjamin Green in center field. Ottersburg takes down and in 1-0. Ottersburg has reached in all 3 plate appearances, a double in the 5th, reached on an error by Micah Coleman back in the 3rd. The 1-0 fastball, that one looked upstairs.
That was chin music. I don't know how that could have been called a strike.
Well, the count now 1-1. Ottersburg is going to get a lot more playing time as a result of the injury to Buck Snabs. Aiden Johnson moves over to short. 1-1 pitch, misses maybe below the knees, maybe a makeup call there as the count goes 2-1. And so as Johnson moves from third to short, Jackson Mix is going to play third more, and you think Ottersburg is going to slide into second. Torpe's 2-1. Called for a strike. Ottersburg behind the fastball, held up on the swing. The count goes 2-2.
Yeah, the Zap have done a great job of moving around and dealing with adversity and injury. They're playing positions that aren't natural for them, but they're doing a great job. They're showing it off today.
2-2 pitch. A wave and a miss from Ottersburg as Aiden Torpe strikes out the side for the Sasquatch and keeps it to a 1-run ball game. Caden Shivers will try and close things out in the top of the 9th for the Oahe Zap, a 6-5 lead. It's a good one. Stay tuned. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
For over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeart Radio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com.
Look up here, I'll have stats.
I've got these two.
Caden Shivers will try and close things out in a 1-run ball game. Zap leads 6-5 in search of their 6th straight win. The first 5 came over the Bison, now trying for a conference victory over the Sasquatch. Let's take a look at how Shivers has fared this season.
So boys, play some defense now. You're scared of him. You're on in the booth.
Caden Shivers, Palizzi's teammate out of Loris College, has pitched in 2 games. He's gone 3 innings, hasn't given up a run to this point, 5 strikeouts against 1 walk. He's going to have to face the meat of the Sasquatch order, 3, 4, and 5. Kyle Finn, Ryan Bachman, and Javier Marcial. No one said it would be easy.
He's got his work cut out for him, like you said. This is a Zap team that is focused. They are dialed in right now.
Kyle Finn is 2 for 4 today. He led off the top of the 7th with a triple down the right field line. Ryan Bachman is 2 for 4, and Javier Marcial 1 for 4. So all three of the hitters that he will face have at least one hit today.
Patrick Rake's batting again.
Also important to note, correction, we're going to get Patrick Rakes due to the rundown that they got caught in at the end of last inning, as it was a wild pitch.
Indeed, indeed.
And Patrick Rakes is 0 for 4 today. A much more favorable hitter for Shivers to face, although he's hitting .349 coming into the ball game. Rakes takes up and away 1-0.
That's some gas. That was coming in with a good bit of velocity.
Well, each hitter has a home run, if not multiple home runs this season. Shivers 1-0 pitch fouled off 1-1. And so each and every Sasquatch hitter has the power to tie this ball game up themselves.
I like what I see so far. He's challenging him. He's going right after it.
Shivers has the most velocity out of any pitcher on the Zap. His heater in the upper 80s misses outside there, 2-1. Well, Rakes is 0 for 4 today. You got to think as Shivers might attack with the fastball over the plate here. 2-1 pitch.
Ooh.
That one up and away, got away from Shivers. A little bit of an early release. Shivers is going to try and settle down after falling behind 3-1 in the count.
Yeah, he definitely wants to be pitching in the zone at this point. No free passes. They don't need any extra help on the bases tonight. Not in the ninth.
The 3-1 is fouled off, 3-2.
Ooh, that might have caught a moving car, actually.
The count is full with no one out. The Zap have walked just 2 hitters in this ball game, both of which came from Jacob Skinner. Shivers 3-2, breaking ball grounded foul. Shivers had Patrick Rakes out in front of the breaking ball, but Rakes slowed his hands down just enough to get his bat on the baseball.
It was a good pitch, well executed. Let's see what he comes back with now.
You had him ahead of the breaking ball. Do you go to the heater or right back to the curveball? We'll see. Shivers, pitch, fastball, grounded to second. Ottersberg fields on a big hop, fires to first, 1 out.
Nice clean play. Nice clean play.
Okay, we can beat this guy.
Well, 1 out now for Kyle Finn. As previously mentioned, he's 2 for 4 with the triple. But Shivers battling back from down 3-1 in the count. A couple of fastballs that slipped and missed well out of the zone. And a nice job to recover.
All right, he's got a big strike zone with this one.
Kyle Finn, a couple of long balls this season. Off the hands, foul. 0-1. Another solid pitch there from Shivers, jamming Kyle Finn. He went to the breaking ball. I think Finn was probably sitting fastball and got caught in between. That's why he was late on the pitch. Now the 0-1. Just misses inside, 1-1.
Yeah, good guess. Inside high, couldn't really tell. It looked pretty good.
Tried the breaking ball there. 1-1. Finn well out ahead of that one, 1-2. The Zap dugout is on the front step, eagerly awaiting to see how this one ends. 1-2, 1 out. No one on. Shivers trying to lock down a win for the Zap. 1-2 pitch. Nice take from Kyle Finn as that one low and away, 2-2. Tried the backdoor slider.
Just a bit outside on that.
Shivers deals the 2-2 pitch. Finn rips that one left field. Wiggins coming in, dives, and it drops just in front of the glove of Wiggins. Finn, a big turnaround first, but he's going to stop there as Wiggins fires into second base.
That was a fantastic job keeping the ball in front of him. Diving like that, it could have gone by him. He was heads up, even when it didn't get into the glove. Had the presence to knock it down. and really get it in quickly to keep that to a single.
Yeah, Wiggins, he wouldn't have been able to reach the baseball. But like you said, that ball gets by him, and Finn is standing on third base just 90 feet away. Instead, he's on the other side of the diamond. Still a lot of work to do at the plate for the Sasquatch. Shivers pitch, hit well, right field, and foul, 0-1. So Ryan Bachman steps in. Bachman 2 for 4 with an RBI. A ground ball could end this one. Shivers has the sign from Guevara. Now he comes home with the 0-1 heater. Oof. That one up and in. Almost caught Bachman in the helmet. Finn has speed on the base pads, 5 stolen bases this season, but do you want to risk it if you're the Sasquatch? Guevara's got a great arm behind the plate. Yeah. Breaking ball. Misses outside. A small zone at best. I don't know.
Not sure. You got to think that with the heart of their order up, they're going to let their batters do their work, but we'll see what happens on the bases.
The count now 2-1. Fastball fouled away. Another solid pitch there from Caden Shivers. The fastball attacking the top of the zone. He got Bachman under it, and the count now evens 2-2.
Umpire collecting balls. Slight break in the action.
2-2 the count with one man out. Ryan Bachman at the plate. Javier Marcial on deck. Kyle Finn off first. Polizzi holding him on. Shivers hasn't shown much attention to the runner. 2-2. Down in the dirt, Guevara can't find the baseball. Finn heads down to second, and now he's going to third. Guevara couldn't find it. Throw down to third, not in time. Kyle Finn takes 2 bases as Leandro Guevara could not find the baseball after it skipped off his pads.
Oh, that's a tough break for the Zap.
And now it's almost a brand new situation and a brand new at-bat for Kyle Finn as the count runs... Well, for Ryan Bachman, as the count runs full with Kyle Finn standing off third, the infield's going to come in for the Zap. Now Bachman's just trying to put a baseball in play. The infield in, they're going to try and cut off the run at home. Shivers, 3-2. Called for strike 3 on the outside corner. Ryan Bachman goes down looking. A huge strikeout for Caden Shivers. And the Oahe Zap are 1 out away.
Fantastic pitch. What a fantastic pitch. He dotted the outside edge of the plate.
Bachman had some words for the home plate umpires. He heads back to the dugout. A strikeout victim. Finn still just 90 feet away. One thing to watch, Shivers needs to make sure he doesn't go any errant pitches with the runner at third. Almost did right there. Maybe the announcer's jinx as the count 1-0 on Javier Marcial.
We've got 2 outs at this point. He's focused on the batter.
Marcial 1 for 4 on the day. Finn on third. The infield retreats with 2 outs. 1-0 pitch called for a strike on the outside corner. 1-1.
That was a nice breaking ball. He didn't know what to do with it.
Seemed to check his swing, didn't know what he was seeing from Caden Shivers. The 1-1 pitch. Jam shot. Shivers off the mound to field. Takes it to first himself, and the Oahe Zap wins 6 in a row. What a play from Caden Shivers. A little bobble. Thought about flipping to first and said, I'll take it myself. And that finishes off a 6-5 victory over the Spearfish Sasquatch.
What a great finish for the Zap. This is just a tremendous effort for this team.
3 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning gave the Zap a 6-5 lead, a lead that they would not rescind. Jake Hutter, a great performance out of the bullpen to throw a scoreless 8th, a runner on third with 1 out. Shivers gets the strikeout and gets a weak ground ball back to him, fields off the mound, and he knows what to do with it. 6 in a row.
They shut them down. This was, again, just a fantastic team effort.
Well, as we head off, well, thanks for joining me up here on the call.
Evan, thank you for having me. 20 years ago, I brought you to your first game. I feel like this you bring me to my first on your terms and in your place. So thank you.
That will do it here on this Monday evening. Zap wins 6-5. They've taken 6 in a row. Off day tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, a 3-game series against none other than the Spearfish Sasquatch. Thank you for listening, and have a fantastic rest of your evening.